Hello students, so today we shall learn Java operators. Java has three categories of operators as we had found in C and C++. We call them as unary, binary and ternary operators. The unary operators and binary operators and ternary operators, they are categorized on the basis of the operands. The unary operators, they take only one operand. Binary operators, they take two operands. Ternary operators, they take three operands. What are the operands? Operands may be called as the data on which they operate upon. Now I tell you through examples how these three categories of operators are further divided into multiple categories. In the first category of operators, we shall see, depending upon the type of operations they do, they are called as arithmetic operators. So there are plus, there are minus, there is star for multiplication, there is division operator, and there is the modulus operator. Let us use them. We know the plus operator, minus, the star, and divide. They all work upon integer family as well as float family of operators. The modulus operator we had seen in C++ or C language that it works only for integers. So let us see how it works for the double variables. Let us declare two variables as x is equal to 12.2 and y is equal to, suppose, 2.3. Now what happens when I try to divide x by y and get the remainder out of? So let us try this operator x mod y over it. Let us see what's the output. Let's go and run this. Let us see, this is the remainder that we have got after the double value has been divided by another double. So this was not possible in C and C++. So this is possible in Java language. So let us try another operator. So can we have 2 star star 3? What is meant by this? We must have expected one output. So let us see what is there. So this operator is not there in Java language. This doesn't work. Apart from this category of arithmetic operators, we have seen two unary operators. They work as plus plus and minus minus. These two operators are called as increment as well as decrement operators. So they work upon, let us operate this plus plus over this double variable x plus plus. So let us see what it gives us. You must have noticed that this x has been incremented, but there is no increment that has been shown because we have used a post increment function. Let us use it like this. This is a pre-increment form of increment operator. Let us see whether it works. Can it double the value of a double variable? The 12.2 has become 13.2. In the same way, minus minus works. This is called as pre and post versions of increment and decrement operators. Another category of operators is relational operators. Relational operators are like greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to, and not equal to. Let us see how it works. We can use them with the help of if statement. I will show you the uses of conditional as well as loop statements in the next video. But just for this time being, I can show you the example of an if statement, how it works for this logical operators. So can I have x not equal to y? So what are x and y? So let us just declare them. We are using them on double variables. Double x is equal to 12.2 and y is equal to 12.2. If x is not equal to y, let us print system.out.println not equal. Let us see what's the output of this program. You see, it does not show you not equal to because x and y, they contain the similar values. The same way, we can use the equality operator. So if we check the equality of two operators, it says not equal. This is a logical way of showing not equal. We are trying to check whether x is not equal to, whether x is equal to y. If it is equal to y, it will use this statement. So that's why it is showing you not equal to, or rather when both the values are equal. Next category of operators is logical operators. The logical operators are and, or, and not operator. There are three logical operators. They are used for Boolean variables. You should always remember the operands for logical operators are always Boolean. So we should actually declare two Boolean variables to show you how this can be interpreted. So if there is a variable Boolean I, which is equal to true, and j, which is equal to false. So what is the output that I get once I use and, or, and not operator over I and j? These three operators, they are just equal to the digital AND gates, OR gates, and NOT gates. So can I get the value of not of I? The not of I must be false because I is declared as true. Let's run this. It shows you false. In a similar way, we can have I and j. Let us check the value. Shows you false. Why? Because it follows the AND gate table. What is AND gate? AND gate is output of AND gate is always true when both the operands are true. Like when it is true, it will give you true. But if any of the operator is false, it will produce false for every other case. This is in the case of AND gate. What it produces for OR gate, exactly the output is that OR gate produces true if any of the operand is true. If any of the operand is true, it will give you true, right? And this and OR operators, they are also called as shortcut operators. Shortcut operators, why we call them as shortcut operators? Because if I say I and j, if this I is false, suppose, it will never ever evaluate the second operand. It will go out and tell you that it is false. And operator will evaluate the second operand only when the first operand is true. Similarly, in case if I use OR operator with I and j, And if I is true, it will never evaluate the second operand, because OR operator gives you true if any of the operand is true. So on the occurrence of the very first operator as true, it will never ever go on to evaluate this check. Let me elaborate this too. It's very important to learn. Suppose I say plus plus I and plus plus j. Now if I happens to be -1 before this, what will happen? This is a pre-increment and will make it as 0, and 0 means it is false. Now this statement never goes on to increment this j. If j is 1 before this statement, so if we check out the value of I and j after this statement, so I will be equal to 0 and j will remain as 1, because this will never ever change because of this shortcut nature of this AND. The similar nature is of OR operator. So thank you. In the next video we shall actually display the next nature of, next category of operators, that is bitwise operators. Thank you.